Greetings, one and all, you magnificent, wonderful listeners. And number one, first of all, I'm going to say this episode, parental discretion advised. Because this is a black dark comedy series, but there still is going to be some moments of intense horror intermixed into it. Anyway, dear listeners, for this series we are playing a new one. This one is called The Happiest Place in Earth. Now, you have heard me right. I did not say on Earth. I said in Earth, as in inside of Earth, because we are playing with the Mystery Flesh Pit ttrpg system. Yay! Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, dear listeners, and you are fans of analog horror, Tumblr horror, and all that good stuff, yes, this is that Mystery Flesh Pit that was created by, hold on, allow me to get the creator's name up real quick. Yes, so the Mystery Flesh Pit was created by Trevor Roberts, and this is the system. So this is based off Trevor Roberts, and this is the game system created by Mr. Christopher Robin Niegeling. Sorry if I butchered your name. I do apologize. This is brought to us from the Monty Crooks games and utilizing the cypher system for the way the game is played. This is my first time playing with this. Well, not okay, I keep saying that incorrect. This is technically my first time running the cypher system and my second time ever playing with it. And the Mystery Flesh Pit, well, this is an alternate fictional Earth. And in this world, in the 1800s in Texas, there was a prospector who happened to, while he was in the Permian Basin, he happened to come across a superorganism. It is named the PBSO, the Permian Basin Super Basin Organism. So essentially, it's a gargantuan, unfathomably large eldritch entity under the crust of the earth. And, well, doing anything that any good, God-given, capitalistic person would do, they decided to drill into it. And from everything that they've done and everything they've discovered inside the superorganism, they discovered there was only one thing to do to make the greatest goddamn amusement park known to man. And that's how we have the Mystery Flesh Pit. Now, this just isn't any old amusement park. This is an amusement park the size of the continental United States. Yes, it is over 4,000 kilometers long. There is many things to do at the Mystery Flesh Pit. As one of the most popular sites is, of course, the thermal spring. The thermal springs is what you might be thinking, oh, some hot springs? These ain't just no ordinary hot springs. These are hot springs filled with amniotic fluid, and each one has some kind of different properties. And one of them is called the libido bath. So yes, this is the type of things that can happen in the Mystery Flesh Pit. There are giant organisms, literal cells, this white blood cells, the size of human beings. Anything and all happens. Thousands of people die every week, but does anyone care? No, because Anodyne is on top of their shit. And just like a certain amusement park, no one dies in the Flesh Pit. Now, the whole purpose of this game is the players will not be playing as guests going into the Flesh Pit, which, in all honesty, would seem kind of cliche to play as. No. They are not playing as park guests. They are playing as the workers. And actually, out of some sheer luck, both of my players, well, the players for right now, because we might be having some more that'll be joining in the future. We'll see, but the ones for right now are both park rangers. So, and allow me to take a look at my list real quick. We'll be starting from the top, going down. Sam, would you please introduce your character for the listeners and tell us a little bit about their life and everything, and how they got to wanting to apply down here at the Flesh Pit, and how their interview and everything went.
My name is Moonlight, and I am an escapee from a cannibal hippie sex cult. It was a lot of fun. It just kind of got a little too wild at a certain point, and I'm not going to talk about that. But still, I love the environment, nature, even the horrific, terrifying things about nature. And for my interview, it was a lot of fun. He asked how strong I am, or how much weight I can lift, so I lifted up his desk and I just tossed it across the room. He kind of ran out and screamed for some reason. But anyway, I guess I did okay. So I got the job, and I get to do what I love most and just explore wherever I want. Well, at least on the places that they tell me to, which is fun because I get to find body parts, which we definitely don't have, and I get some tips from the luggages I find. And, well, this is such a fun job.
So the park opened in 1980. How long and it is currently 1990. How many years have you been working for the park?
At least 2 years.
Alrighty. Now let's meet our other park ranger. Silas, please introduce us to our other ranger and tell us a little bit about their history of who they are and where they've been, how many years they've worked for the park, and how their initial interview went.
Okay, so I am introducing. His name is Joseph Nimue, but everybody just calls him Sticky Joe. Not for the reasons you think. It's because this guy is always walking around with like a couple rolls of duct tape. But anyway, so Joseph, he was once a forest ranger many years ago, and there's some kind of tragedy. Some campers ended up missing and never found. Of course, because he was the one who was overseeing things, the blame kind of went on him, and so he was relieved of duty. And perfect timing, because he applied for this to be the park ranger of our lovely mystery meat pit. Got the job. So, Sticky Joe, seems like he's in his maybe late 30s, early 40s. Not too many people know much about him, but they do notice that he walks around with a keychain that says Wendigo. So, yeah, that's where he is. He's been working for the park for about 5 years, and loves his job.
You both have been enjoying your lunch break. Man, that fucking mess hall's been on point. You got, ever since the park has just been getting so many more visitors, like your guys' food, like the mess hall budget has gone up. So like, god damn, this food is good. And as you're sitting there, you do recognize a familiar shoe squeak, just that, oh god, it's so annoying. But at the same time, you can't get mad. It's the uniform that he's wearing. It's the person who hired you. It is Riley, the person, one of the people in black. Like, you can't get over the irony that the fact that they call themselves Person in Black. And even though that if you're a comic book fan at the time, there was a comic called Men in Black before the movie Men in Black. So Riley, he stands at a whopping 5'8", about an astounding 135 pounds soaking wet. Messy, dirty blonde hair and eye bags under his eyes because it looks like he never sleeps. Everyone else usually, and granted, but at the same time, he looks like this. For some reason, he is the biggest social butterfly, and you'll never understand how this man is so extroverted and how people are just attracted to him when he has just such a disheveled appearance. Like, even his suit is all dirty and hasn't looked like it's ever seen an iron. Well, hey guys, how's it going?
Oh, good. Feels pretty better today. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good, Moonlight. And you know how it is, and it's kind of ironic that you say that, because I'm usually one to be seeing the moonlight whenever I'm getting out of the pit. Right now I'm going on a 4-month rotation since the last time I've been up. I don't get how you rangers do it, how you live down here in the pit all this time. You guys get credit, man. I just miss hitting the surf, man. But now, hey, Sticky, well, Joe and Light, would you guys be willing to do me a favor?
Let you hear nails on the chalkboard. Sticky Joe's just dramatically looking at him. Sticky Joe needs more tape first.
Oh, besides tape, well, it's a lot of fun down there, so hell yeah. What's the favor?
Well, man, well, Joe, what kind of tape are you looking for, man? Are you looking for medical tape, duct tape, scotch tape, packing tape? And he just is like going on naming so many kinds of tape, and
just smack him in the face to shut him up.
Oh, I was perfect. Like, you smack him upside the head. Thanks, man. You know how I get. Sometimes I get in that endless repeat, man. I can't help it. Everyone else in the mess hall is giving you a death glare for even laying a hand on laying a hand on Riley. You see one of the other workers. His name, he literally just goes by the name of Roth. You just hear in the distance, "Oh, put your hands on him again, and you'll be feeling the fury of my blade." He's holding up a toothpick.
I hold up a roll of duct tape and I pull it out dramatically. Right now, I want you to imagine that noise whenever you pull out some duct tape, that giving him a death stare, like that "bring it on, motherfucker" look.
Oh, you remember the last time? I don't think this mess hall can handle a battle between the two of us. Oh.
While Joe is busy glaring at Roth, I just steal his plate and start munching down.
He still had hash browns. They're delicious. And as this is going on, so a new park ranger standing at about an astounding 4'9", just eyes full of sparkle and cheer.
Hey, don't worry, Joe. I'll talk to Roth, man. Don't worry about him. He's just a big old stinker.
You don't want to get on the sticky side.
Don't worry, man. You're my favorite sticky guy, and you're the stickiest of them all, man. And I love you. But now, Joe, I don't want you to get in trouble now. You don't want no demerits. You're on your way to get the employee of the month for the 72nd month in a row, man. I don't know how you do it, but you do it.
See Sticky Joe like putting his remembering his last fight with Garth there, and just lifting up his helmet. You see like a scar that he's rubbing.
And so, what does Sticky Joe's Employee of the Month pictures look like?
So, was that Brian?
So, what is the Employee of the Month photo? What does his photo look like for the Employee of the Month plaque?
Hold on one moment.
While we wait for that, Moonlight, the little guy that came walking in, Riley turns to you and go,
"Well, Moonlight, this little guy, this is Rudy. He's full of spunk and ready to prove his way. He comes from the Notre Dame University. He played one whole game."
Shut up, man.
"Well, you did, Rudy. Now anyway, Rudy, this is Moonlight, and this sticky guy who looks very sticky is Sticky Joe. He's one of the best park rangers, and Moonlight is second to best. Honestly, she always ties. It's just we don't have enough room for 2 pictures on Employee of the Month."
That's what you always say.
Riley winks at you.
Oh.
I'm gonna pull out a random. I see a pamphlet that has Moonlight on there. I'm gonna use some of my duct tape to tape it next to my Employee of the Month photo.
Oh, thank you. I reach over to Rudy. I shake his hand, but when I shake his hand, his whole body just lifts off the ground. "It's nice to meet you."
But to answer your question earlier, Brian, the Employee of the Month. Okay, sorry, recording on. The Employee of the Month photo. You see Sticky Joe. His eyes are looking in 2 different directions. He got the big Burt Reynolds mustache.
Excellent.
And that was There's no scar. There's no scar going down his eye. Then, in fact, his mustache is so big you can't even see his mouth.
Excellent. And as you're walking away with Rudy to just introduce him and give him a tour of the flesh pit and to talk about the park, Riley goes,
"Oh, don't worry about Roth. Here, I'll take care of that for you, Sticky Joe. Hold on, man."
You see, so Riley walks over to Roth, and Roth is still just giving you a death glare, and you can just hear Riley faintly just go,
"Hey, Roth, what's the capital of Thailand?"
Roth just goes,
"Oh, well, I don't know why you're asking, Riley, but that's Bangkok."
And then you see Riley's hand just belt out like a lightning bolt and hit him in the nuts, and he just keeps walking. Everyone's cheering.
Really broke his damn hand on that.
So, now, to really paint, so you guys are not up above the entrance. You are actually, just as Riley was explaining, have been living for the last, Sticky Joe's case, 5 years, and Moonlight's case, 2 years, in the flesh pit. This has been your home. And allow me to pull open the map. Right now, you are close by if anything, by the Sinolucent organ, because so all employees call home the Fondue Village. And actually, Sam, high or low?
Hi.
All right. So it was actually 3. So Silas, you get to describe the employee housing.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
You're going to describe what the employee housing looks like in Fondue Village as you guys exit the mess hall. Just how does everything look in this area in the Fondue Village?
Everything looks awkwardly asymmetrical. Like some beds are shaped like triangles, others shaped like hearts with satin. There's cheese oozing out of the one green bed. Whether that bed was originally green or not, we don't know. However, we got a pretty sweet acoustic room for karaoke night. The bathrooms are cohort. I figure if you're willing to work in a dangerous place, then you can be mature about being fair in front of others. And we have a jacuzzi with a little special something something from the lower levels. I have a little pet velociraptor. I'm not sure if it's actually a 10-inch little velociraptor, but damn it, it is my pet and I love it.
Yeah, you call it a velociraptor when in actuality it's just a gas bowel. Everyone always just looks at you like, it is not a raptor. That is a gas bowel. Get fucking rid. Why do you have a gas bowel? Why? That's why you're sticky. You have a goddamn gas bowel on your shoulder. Look at it.
Its name is Clem, and it has feelings.
Clem just looks at him and just goes, it's screeching at us. It's fucking screeching at us. It looks again at another person.
Start giving her little kisses. Like, ooh, that just means he likes me.
It's just as horrifying as you imagine, listeners. Like, the gas bowel, oh god, no, it's horrifying and disgusting. It's just,
come on.
And that's on your shoulder, and Rudy just looks at it and goes, is that a normal thing down here in the flesh pit?
Oh, you bet. This is why this is the greatest job ever.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to do the Sticky Joe voice. Yep, come on, Clem. Sticky Joe gotcha. I'm gonna put some duct tape on his feet, keep it on my shoulder.
I'm gonna pet it.
You just see this 5-foot-long tongue just slowly extend out, wrap around your hand, of like really too long, and then go back in his mouth.
Oh, he likes me.
So I've heard some things about like down here in the flesh pit that are pretty famous. Is there true? Is it true about something about some kind of circus clown? Can we go by there?
Oh, absolutely. That clown owes me money, and you just see this horrific red aura around moonlight.
You just made this depressingly hilarious because you're never getting that money back. Because as you're going, right? Because you are remembering about the day that there was about 50 clowns were coming in, right? They were going to be doing a big old circus performance, and one of the clowns did indeed owe you money. And you're going to where they normally would do their performance, except now this has become a memorial. It's a very, very famous geological feature. And God jolly gee, you are lucky that Ranger Ted is actually there giving the description. So allow me to let Ted go over, because Ranger Ted just has one of those voices. Haha, welcome everyone. This is the circus clown, Chamis. This is no laughing matter. Ha ha! Now, you see, though it may look like a colorful ice cream birthday cake covered in glaze frosting, everyone, and oh so yummy, this is in fact in actuality a calcified formation. It's anything but festive. In 1976, a group of performers accidentally fell into the upper maw of the entry orifice, everyone. While the soft flesh of the pit throat somewhat cushioned the performer's fall, the unexpected dilation of an epiglottal fold allowed them to slide on down into the then unreinforced area of the pit, which is why, God damn it, Samantha, get away from there! And allow rescue personnel were able to locate the performers inside a digestive sac a few hours later. But at that time, all 50 stunt people had already been digested by the pit. Rescue personnel cut them out, correctly guessing that many were still alive. Oh, and guess what? One of them actually had about like $50 in his pocket, but sadly that became calcified. And then in a shrinking amount, an experimental antacid spray was discharged on top of the gooey, shrieking mound. But guess what, everyone? It was far too late. Instead of reducing the aesthetic effects on the partially digested bodies of the performers, the experimental compound flash calcified their asses. into the multicolored formation that you see in front of you today. God damn it, Samantha! I told you to get away from there! Though hauntingly beautiful, the circus clown chime-in is a somber reminder of why it is always important to observe all safety instructions to always stay on marked trails while visiting the interior of the mystery flesh pit, everyone. And you just hear people going, ooh, oh. And you just see this little girl who's just like a little shit, just keeps fucking going closer and closer to the edge, looking at something. And what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna watch.
Sticky Joe?
Yeah, Sticky Joe is busy pulling up Calvin. He's aware of it, but he's like, they signed the waivers.
Well, here's the thing: is like I learned in day one, people don't like you touching their kids, even if it's to save those dumb little asses from tumbling to the not death in our glorious park. So instead of getting in trouble and written warnings because of the parents and my child is traumatized. Nah, your child's not dead. So she's just going to sit back and watch.
Your child's maimed. They're not dead. They're okay.
I do apologize. Allow me to really describe more about the Fondue Village. So this will really help paint the idea of the Mystery Flesh Pit. The Fondue Village is located within the lower extremities of a large mucosal organ west of the lower visitor center. The Fondue Village looks a bit like the cliffside adobe dwellings of the American Southwest, dripping with melted cheese. Hundreds of intricate shapes, many with hollowed-out cavities that resemble windows, line deep folds in tissue-lined canyons of viscera. And that's where you guys live.
Forgot to mention one thing.
Yes.
Our water fountain does not work in our living quarters, so instead there's a substance that pumps out that tastes like Hawaiian Punch.
So that is actually one of the fluids. So we will say that is actually some of the fluid that is coming from one of the ballast bulbs near the Fondue Village. It's ballast bulb juice.
Bulb juice.
So you are walking on like a metal grating gate. That's how you walk around, but everything is just fleshy. And you're watching Samantha just looking around until, you don't get a roll for it. You're just going to see this. So this would be a 0 difficulty roll rating. So you literally see an eyeball open up to where she's been looking at, and the little shit is throwing popcorn at it and just laughing.
This is why they signed the waivers. I just pull out a candy bar. I open it up. I just keep watching.
Rudy turns to you and goes, shouldn't we stop her?
Ever since the great lawsuit, 3 years ago, we're not allowed to rescue kids anymore.
He turns to Sticky Joe.
We can only save them. The parents signed the waiver saying that we can save their kids. Not hold us responsible for any bodily injury, death-like symptoms, stroke, diarrhea, and embalming.
And from the eye, just chittering, it just looks like a very long centipede, tube worm, with just massive claws at the front of its mouth, just slowly comes out, and that's where it has the one eye was on the front of its head. Looks at the little girl, and you just hear a just snatches her and just pulls her in. And you just hear Rudy go, "Oh shit! We gotta go help her!"
Are the parents saying anything?
Yep. Still just eating this candy ball. It's we gotta wait for the parents to contact us first.
Rudy's mouth is just dropped. And, the tour group that's with, Ranger Ted, he just looks and he goes, "God damn it! All right, hold on. Who were the guardians of Samantha?" School group. Fuck.
Sticky Joe got an idea.
Oh, thank God, it is Sticky Joe. And, oh my God, do you mind? And he, licks his fingertips and does his eyebrows to, smooth them down and goes, Miss Moonlight. And what looks like a dwarf. Hey!
Ah, there you go.
Rudy just has his hands next to his side. I am a healthy 4'9", sir. Yeah, dwarf.
Anyway, if we can contact the parents, have them sign the form, send it over, we can save the child in maybe 15 minutes if they're still alive. But they gotta pay the $1,000 processing fee directly to me first.
You hear a loud belch and a child skull pops up out of the fold.
Hey, there she
Leave
is.
that part out when we contact them first.
It's all right, guys. All right, you two, Joe and Joe, Light, I have an idea on how to make this work. It's a little crazy. Do you trust me, you two?
I mean, no, but let's hear it.
Good enough! He grabs Rudy and throws him over the edge.
Oh, wow! He got some ale!
And just another, like, so what's called the composed organism, it's just a bunch of different organisms, human, animals, fleshy bits, for other organisms inside that exist inside the PBBO have been fused together from acids and stuff, comes, grabs Rudy and fuses it into him, and he just fuses into it. All right, we'll just say there was a workplace accident, and sadly we lost Samantha, not because I wasn't paying attention. Does this sound good?
Yep, yes, so.
All righty.
Sticky Joe saw nothing.
All the kids are just looking like, wah.
Hey, if you want to be next, shh. That's what I thought.
They'll immediately just go silent.
Calvin starts screeching at them.
And you decide just to spend the rest of your time because, well, your tour's ended. You're gonna take a look around because, well, you got free time. And, well, you're thinking, well, you know what? You've been dying to see what people have been talking about. You've heard people talking about the oyster's shame.
Is that in the springs?
Oh, the oyster's shame? Allow me to... Let's pull up the map.
No, that's because Moonlight is absolutely shit with directions. She always forgets where was what.
You know what? So, roll me... Because of that, you're going to have to roll a d20, and this is a difficulty rating of 4, which means you need to get a 12. So go ahead and roll a d20.
Okay, I guess 17.
God damn it. Okay, you actually...
I'm sorry, the one thing I passed then.
You beat fate, and you actually are able to avoid inadvertently ending up at the hot pools, and you are actually heading towards and you got on the right rails to head towards the oyster cluster. Towards the oyster shame.
Oh god, now I'm hungry for oysters.
And you're hearing everyone talking about all the new sites and stuff that's been going on at the PBBO. And, like, one of them is about the Thor's Ribcage, or the Well of the Abhuman, Septum Falls, Sandgullet, the Intrepid Wellness Resort. Like, that resort, oh my god. Like, that place is a monument to hedonism. It's a huge hotel and spa, and it was built into the wall of the Greater Gastric Sea over an existing ulcer. It contains 6 restaurants, 4 bars, shops, entertainment, and lodging.
Wait, are we though, like, right now next to the spa?
No, you're just hearing people talking about it.
God damn it, I want to go to the spa now.
Oh, you want to go to the wellness resort?
Yeah.
Well, you're still just on the rails. It's gonna take a while before you get there. I'm just telling you about areas that are there. Just to maybe influence future ideas of where to go. Because, thankfully, like, right now, you guys were only supposed to give Rudy a tour, and, well, Sticky Joe, your radio goes off, and I want you to roll me a difficulty 3 intelligence roll. Meaning that if you would like to expand an effort, you can potentially use up to 3 points of intelligence to basically turn this difficulty to 0.
Okay. Sorry, what do I roll again?
Okay, so you just want to roll? So it's a d20.
Okay. I got an 8.
Wow, you needed to get a 9. So when you talk over the radio, you tell them about, like, oh man, there was an accident with Ranger Ted, and that's when they're just like, all right, stop right there. We already know what's about to happen. God damn it, you two. You guys gotta stop letting Ranger Ted walk all over you. We love you both, but that guy's getting way too big over his head, okay?
Oh, but he gives me snacks.
Moonlight.
Snacks!
Moonlight, if you promise to next time not let Ranger Ted have his way, you will get a 1-week free stay at the Intrepid.
Okay.
Wow, we were going to actually tell you more. I was going to offer you more. Okay, cool. Excellent. Sticky Joe, same thing for you.
All right, brother.
Sticky Joe deserves better.
I wrote it.
Sticky, you're getting greedy, but okay, fine. If you do it, you also get a free trip to the libido pool.
I got the libido of a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Joe, now is the time because Hugh Hefner has apparently been visiting the libido pool recently with the playmates. So getting was good while getting down there, buddy.
You just see Sticky Joe, like, suddenly, just at the mere thought, you see him, like, start duct taping something down on, like, inside his pants to his thigh.
Inadvertently, while Sticky Joe is, like, taping down his boner, you just see 3 Playboy Playmates, and this is the 90s Playboy Playmates. So they got the Playboy bunny unitard with the bunny ears on. They see Sticky Joe, they blow him a kiss. They see Moonlight, they blow her a kiss and wink at her.
I smile and I wave back very enthusiastically.
And then they all go to the next car. Hey, girls! And you guys clearly see Hugh Hefner in the next train.
They look good enough to eat.
God damn it. Fucking god damn it. I love it. So cheesy.
Foreshadowing.
And so I was going to ask you, because your guys have stopped to where if you want to keep going to go check out the Oyster Shame, because you still have plenty of time, because it's still technically, now since this has happened with Rudy, well, your next shift is going to be probably like another week or so to your next actual tour shift and rescue mission, so you still got a lot of free time. Do you want to keep going to the Oyster Shame or see where Hef and these Playboy girls are getting off at and follow behind them?
Hey, Miss August is my favorite, so I'm going to follow Hef.
Sticky Joe?
Sticky Joe worked with a guy who liked the blue oyster. It didn't sound appealing, so I'm gonna follow Hef.
Well, the car they're riding on, you actually keep going past the Oyster Shame, and you are actually heading towards the springs. And thankfully, you guys have your wallets and, well, your rangers, so you can use your passes so you don't have to pay. Now, this is where things get interesting. Now, in the flesh pits, there are literal pools of... They are the amniotic thermal spring. Allow me to pull up. Yep. Oh, our Blue Oyster from oh, that's not Citizens of Patrol. That's Police Academy. That's literally the joke they did in every movie.
Yep.
Every movie they did that joke, and it's amazing. And literally in the final movie, the joke is that the guys finally accept their dance. So, welcome to the bathhouse. In the chat of my players, they will find that there is a picture of the amniotic springs. You're at the entrance of the bathhouse. You're at the main bathhouse. In the springs, there are exactly, allow me to count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different bath areas. But you don't have to worry about 3 of them. So 8 are for commercial use, 3 are for off limits to park user visitors. Now, each bathhouse has a different, okay? And it's because of the potency of the spring. Now, you're probably wondering what do I mean about potency of the springs, right? Well, the different temperature and the potency of the amniotic fluid in the said spring, well, they cause different properties to happen back. So, Hef has been told the best way to experience this is to do the bath tour and to start from the main bath and to go all the way to libido. Now, before you can go to libido, you have to show before you can do this tour, you have to show your ID because you have to be 18 years or older. And you have to sign and read the code of conduct and consent pamphlet and paperwork.
Signed, done, already naked.
Oh my. And yes, actually it is told to you cannot wear clothes inside the thermal springs anyway. Sticky Joe?
I'm just gonna sneak in.
Okay, so I'm going to need you. This is a difficulty roll of 4. So you need to roll a 12 or greater. So you need to roll a d20. See if you can sneak in.
Hey, oh fuck, I got a 19. Finally, I roll something more than a low number.
Joe, you literally pull off the literal, like, Chinese martial arts technique, living shadow, and you just perfectly walk behind another guy, even though you're butt naked and your dick swinging in the breeze. It's hilarious. Guy doesn't even realize you're behind him. You're just perfectly his shadow and mimicking his movements, and you walk in and get in for free, and then you stop walking behind him away from him. And you guys follow him behind Hef. So you reach the main bath, right? This is a gargantuan area. And the amniotic fluid is... So this is pretty much... Okay, the best way to describe the way this fluid feels like is if you've ever been in, like, for the water in, like, a sensory deprivation pod, or, like, if you put a shit ton of Epsom salt in water, or if you've ever experienced the Red Sea. Because there's a lot of salt in that water, you're able to just float. So it feels very thick, but that temperature is on point. You feel good, right? Now, the lighting is normal in here, and granted, now, each one of these areas is basically like a pocket stomach, is basically just like a stomach area that has, like, and you see different tubes and stomachs areas that go to each different bath. And you're following behind Hef and them. What would you like to do for right now while you're in the main bath? What would you like to do?
Oh, I do a running cannonball.
And, like, literally, instead of sinking down, like, you go down. It's like when you have a, you know those plastic balls, and when you try to put it underneath water and they just shoot up? That's what fucking happens to you. Everyone just starts applauding you. Sticky Joe?
Is there any of the bunnies near me?
Yeah. You see two of them are just standing to the wall to themselves, just talking to themselves. What would you like to approach them?
I would.
They see you and they just start giggling.
Man, why does that keep happening to Sticky Joe?
Clump just looks at you and just goes. They're just, oh my god, who is that cutie on your shoulder there?
Sticky Joe's best friend, Clump. Perhaps you would like to...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Silas, you're going to love this because Clump was on your shoulder where he was taped, but now you just see, like, a dust outline, and now he's, like, in between the breast of one of the bunnies. And you just see him going, oh my god, I love him.
He really likes the water, so why don't we all get in?
So she pulls Clump out of her breast and hands him back to you, and she rubs her finger on you. She goes, oh, no. Oh, no, my cute bearded friend. You're going to have to wait for this one. If I still see you around by the time we reach the end when I heard that the bath is supposed to be at its best, maybe we can explore the water later. The name's Pam, honey. You look at her, she just says, the name's Pam. Pamela. And she just gives you a kiss on the cheek and just walks away. You see her really, really, really large breast just swaying. Pamela just looks back and goes, Anna, get your ass over here.
I'm gonna nonchalantly trip Anna.
She trips a little bit and just looks at you and blows out her cheeks and just a little flirtatious, like, upsetness, and just splashes amniotic fluid in your face. A little bit gets in your mouth and you're just, oh! Like, you're trying to stay cool, but it's just, oh god, it got my mouth. Clump just looks at you and just goes,
It tastes like Stacy's mom. Ugh.
Clump is like, so the best way to put this is now, like, Clump is presently just humping your shoulder.
I'm Sticky Joe. I always have duct tape with me somehow. I put a little bit on that chicken bone he got there and call it a day. Oh, since I'm here.
Clump is just, and then it just, like, falls over, just, like, falls off your shoulder, has a cigarette in its mouth. And so you guys follow behind Hef and the girls, and all is actually fun in the bath and everything and right now. So people are swimming around, just enjoying the bath, and that's when you follow Hef behind. That's when you head to the Regia bath. Now, the Regia bath isn't as large of an area as, granted, the temperature is still about the same about the potency, so everything is still about the same for personality-wise as you guys go from Regia, the Latius. But then things start to change as you notice when you start getting to Gradia. And that's when you see that there's actually like security in front of Gradia, making sure that only people double checking IDs once again to make sure well, it's not IDs, wristbands, because they give everyone 18 years and older wristbands. So they're making sure everyone has those fucking wristbands to get past here. Because the minute you know, like swim into Gradia, that's when you notice the temperature is definitely warmer. Not just temperature, but potencies wise. Because the minute you walk in, you just hear the water splashing rhythmically, and you just hear, oh, no, bacon. Oh, and just you see people making out. You see quite a few people getting it on some lounge chairs. And Hef is just, now this is a swinging type of area. Ladies, take our time to really get to know the Gradia. And then one of the girls is just, but Holly, I want to relax for a minute, honey. She goes, but I heard the Placito is where it really starts to heat up. Oh, wait a minute. How about we ask them two right behind us that just came in behind us? How about you, young lady? Ooh, the name's Hef. Would you ever think about being, having your own month spread in Playboy? Miss, he's waiting for you to say your name.
Moonlight.
I can see it now. Miss Moonlight, we can have a beautiful photo spread. Just a lavender silk see-through curtains. You and some beautiful, tasteful lavender lingerie to highlight the moonlight gracing that beautiful skin. The name's Hugh Hefner. You may call me Hef, my dear. And he kisses your hand.
She blushes.
I am being serious. If you ever think about having your own photo spread and maybe a partnership with us here at Playboy, I would love to entertain that with you, Miss Moonlight.
So what's the spread?
Oh, you get your own photo session and you get the magazine cover.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. But if I'm taking pictures, who's going to be here exploring the pit?
A woman of dedication to her job. I find that even sexier.
Although, Satin does sound nice.
The photo shoot would only take a weekend, my dear.
Oh, hell yeah, count me in.
We will update that later in the story when you actually get to go to the Playboy Mansion and you do your photo shoot.
Okay.
Canonically, in this universe, there is a magazine cover with fucking Moonlight. And we can describe what it looks like and everything.
Well, right now, do I get a little bit more time to think?
Yes, of course.
Okay, because I'm going to make this hilarious.
Of course. We will just rush into that. I want us to have a lot of fun with that session. And I wonder if you'll invite anybody else to go with you to the Playboy Mansion. So, now, Sticky Joe, you're seeing all this going on, and as you're looking at the ladies, I have to do this. Because there was a special promotion going on for this month. Enhance your... Have you been suffering from erectile dysfunction? Well, the springs at the flesh pit are the way to go. So it's been a lot of elderly people coming lately. And Joe, you just hear, well, hello. Aren't you a nice tall glass of yummy?
Must be Sticky Joe's beautiful mustache.
You give it a little twirl.
How about you let me ride that mustache? She winks at you.
Is there a clock around?
Yes.
Yeah, Sticky Joe got time.
So does Sticky Joe go off with the elderly woman?
Yes. Of course, with the roll of duct tape.
Oh my. Sticky Joe, you just hear, don't worry, honey, we got enough time to 69.
Call me the sticky for a reason.
Let me show you why Charlie Chaplin walked funny. If she grabs your ass.
See one of my eyebrows just like go up almost to my hairline. Then you just hear that duct tape noise.
Amazing. God damn it, that is amazing. Okay, so I'm so glad for this guy. This session is gone. This has been literally the perfect first session to introduce the flesh pit. So as Joe goes off with the older lady, she mentions her name is Blanche, and we just hear Joe minutes later just give out a loud, high pitched "Oh!" Joe comes back like red faced, glowing. The elderly lady just gives him one last mighty slap on the ass. Moonlight, you see Joe just looking all sweaty.
Oh, what did you do? What did I miss?
You licked me like a stamp.
Ah, you always have all the fun.
And you see everyone getting up, and do you follow behind Hef and them still? Are you still going to follow behind them?
Yeah, I want spread.
So as you keep going deeper and deeper, and you see the temperature of both wives just increases as you go from the Placito, the Sal Luis, Cupido, Veribus. And then finally, you get to the last door, and they say, well, the way to get into the libido bath is very special. You have to slide.
I do a running face plant into it.
You come out to it, and you just hear the room is filled with moan.
Oh, this sounds fun.
Just rhythmic. You just see so many asses pounding up and down.
I'm gonna dive in.
Oh, God heavens. Does Sticky Joe slide in?
First, I'm going to put a little duct tape over Clump's eyes. You don't need to see this.
Clum's just... Who said Clum was still on your shoulder? He was already gone.
Fair
You
enough.
just hear someone down below go, God damn!
Hope he's having fun.
So I'm looking around. Like, is there like clothes or anything?
No! Clothes are forbidden.
Yeah. What I was talking about was there like an area nearby where people would have put their clothes, or is that like a level?
Oh,
up
that was back at the main area, which is once you leave the libido bath, that's where the clothes are.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and slip one past. Try to get ahead of everybody. Wanna steal what I can out of Hef's pockets there.
You monster. Well, as you slide down into the libido bath, that it was your plan, but when you did, that's when Pamela and Anna like both double team you and say, "Oh, you ain't going nowhere, boy." And
You don't know if you got enough tape for this.
Sticky Joe, when they're done with you, you look like a shriveled up mummy. Like you've had all your fluids drained from your body. and then they still drag you back, and you're just, no!
The spirit's willing, but the flesh is weak.
And that's when Holly looks at you, Moonlight, and goes, and gives you them eyes. Does Moonlight go?
Oh, hell yeah. There's enough of me for everybody.
And then just on this immense moment of just intense pleasure and moaning, it's actually where we'll leave off for this first session of the Mystery Flight, which turned into a tour for a worker that got a child was eaten, a new intern was sacrificed, and ended up in an orgy in the libido pit. This is an amazing fucking system. I love this game, and I am looking forward to this campaign and to this work time with these employees, and to everyone else who will join us along, and to everyone who is, of course, above the parental guidance warning, above the age of 18 years and older to listen. I can't wait for you to keep listening with us all. Thank you, dear listeners. Good night and goodbye.